Hi guys, I think I'm live. It's saying that we had bad connection. Hope you're all doing well. I think I'm live. I guess we'll know soon when y'all start popping up and telling me no or yes. Okay, I'm in the batting booth and here I am, the dunking booth, ready for y'all to throw a question at me. Hey June, glad you're here. Got a question, June? We just closed the store and we had a really busy day. And so I asked them some of the questions that were prevalent. Did y'all know that the flu bug that the flu's really, I'm too close, aren't I? That the flu is so bad right now. I thought it was over, but I understand the schools were even shut down in Moultrie. Hey, Heidi. Golly gee, you sure gave us a wonderful, wonderful shout out. Thank you, baby. You sure said nice things about me, and I appreciate that. But most of all, we're all so proud of you. So for people that haven't read that post, how much weight loss have you had? Tell us again, Heidi. I'm sorry. Not everybody got your post. So very, very proud of you. While Heidi's answering back, if she will, Heidi's 161 pounds. Heidi, I cannot tell you how proud I am of you. And I can't believe you were walking down the hallway hearing me yell at a new client. And you told him he should listen to me. What did you say? Oh, golly, gee, that's a lot of weight. So proud of you, honey. And you're not just losing weight. You're off all your meds and you're working on what was it? Hey, Alicia, I'm glad you're with us. Well, what?
I said, does it show you?
It does. Yeah, it shows that you just joined us. Well, one of the things that Heidi's doing is she's working is it a 5K, Heidi? I'm just so proud of you. I've got some runners, 5K, golly gee. The only time I've ever run in my whole life somebody was chasing me. I can't imagine. Really proud of you, honey. Gosh, my hair looks horrible. Sorry, guys. I look so pasty. Scary. Okay, one of the things that people kept asking about today, Heidi, don't go anywhere. Ask a question. One of the things that people kept asking about were the CBD oil. The CBD oil, I wish I could turn it towards that, but I'm just going to go get a bottle real quick and show you. This is my favorite one. This is my favorite one. And it's like $20, $21. And I tell you, we've heard such great things. My favorite thing was someone that said they didn't know they were depressed until they weren't. But my prayer partner made the statement that it really helped with PTSD and insomnia. And the reason that was such a big issue is because even though I'm really glad about the PTSD, really, really glad she's been through so much, but also about the insomnia, but she's a 2-time cancer survivor. So if the CBD oil is working at all, okay? Anyway, this is my favorite company, so we only carry one kind, but it's most impressive, most impressive. Mostly I hear about depression and actually pain. Works on pain and depression most of all. But it also works on a million other things. So y'all might really want to try this. It's really impressive, okay? And it's inexpensive. And I have it in a bunch of stronger ones too and larger ones. And I've got a salve. But this is my favorite. The capsules I don't like. I told a medical doctor that the other day at Rotary. I don't care for the capsules because they don't seem to work very well. Hey, Donna. Every time I see you, you see how you get a smile out of me. Boy, did we have fun. Donna was my best friend when I lived in St. Thomas. And we managed to get in. Donna, how did we stay out of jail? Did we just not get caught? I mean, I know we worked really hard too, but golly gee, we were crazy. Not that we've probably changed very much. What did you say? Oh, hi, sweetie. Donna was just... So you're in New York. That makes a whole lot more sense than... Where were you? Chicago. it didn't make sense for Chicago. Yeah, God's grace is exactly what the words are. And I tell people that all the time. I'm like, I don't know how I ended up, A, not being arrested, B, not being, well, we won't go into all that, but you get the gist. I'm just saying. Your home, meaning home where? Oh, in New York. Yeah, New York made sense to me. Chicago didn't. But I would talk to total strangers about Chicago and all the racial problems back before anybody was even talking about it, Donna, because you had shared that with me. So I'm glad you're back in New York. Okay, upstate New York. That is a different world, isn't it? Well, anywhere in New York you fit. Okay, it's the whole Chicago thing that didn't feel quite right. But upstate New York, Donna, I've never been. I need to come see you. I need to come see you because I haven't been to New York in years and years and years. I think I didn't want to go. Well, anyway, I've had an awful lot of fun in New York, too. With my background, Chicago was not for me. No, of course not. And we could park there, but then it would go negative, and we don't want to go negative. I got to get this thing off my screen, guys, so pardon me as I get really close. Oh, okay, better. Okay. So anyway, the CBD oil is really, really cool. Come on up, 175 miles. So we could still go to the city eventually, but most of all, I've never seen that part of the country, and I would love that. Most of all, I would just love to see you. I think I would love most of all for you to come see me, and let's go to the beach. Okay? All right. Another thing that presented yesterday was pleurisy, and I'm hoping that lady's listening, but one of the things that pleurisy brought up again for me was that you can't have pleurisy unless you've got another major disease, a major illness. Thank you. Which one? About what? Yeah. The pleurisy issue, when I was reading about all the different things that could cause, well, of course, anything that's affecting your immune system, but one of the things, when I started reading all the things that could help and benefit, that's when I went for our new immune support. Our new immune support. Where's that? You're going to get seen. She pulled her hair back, too, and she only does that when she gets stressed, but y'all are about to see Alicia again. She hates it when I do that. She's going to try to pull. She's hiding behind the rack. Donna's had pleurisy. I had pneumonia many times as a child. Okay. The immune product is gone, but it's a new sweet basil label. And one of the things that I kept reading about, that everything about pleurisy was that the basic stuff. I mean, the basic stuff was really good, like vitamin C and zinc. But then it started going into echinacea, and I forgot some of the others. Do you remember some of the others that were in that product? But Alicia's going to go try to pull a label. Hey, Tammy. And this is my best friend in Alabama. When David held me hostage in Alabama, moving from Atlanta to L.A., when he told me we were going to L.A. to meet his family, I thought we were getting on a plane. But then I did the unforgivable. Many of you have heard this story before, but we're in David's mother's dining room, and there's a portrait on the wall, and I said, "Is that your grandfather?" Thank you. I'm going to tell you what's in immune after I tell you this. I said, "Is that your grandfather?" And he goes, "No, that's the bear." And then I did the unforgivable, and I asked who the bear was. And he said, "Quit talking, honey. I guess it's a punishable sin to not know who Bear Bryant is and be from Alabama." Anyway, when David and I got married and moved to Alabama, I had one friend. That's Tammy. I call her Tammy Faye. Her name's not really Tammy Faye, but she has giant eyes. Her eyes must be this big, okay? And that's without makeup. So anyway, hi, Tammy Faye. You got a question? Thanks for the kisses and the hearts. I love that. Okay, pleurisy. The immune boost, we just got a sweet basil product in that's got all this in it. This was so cool. Vitamin C, echinacea, golden seal, garlic, probiotics, elderberry, ashwagandha, sorry, my contact, grape seed extract, cayenne, bioflavonoids, ginger, magnesium, calcium, and zinc. And they're all properly chelated. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool, okay? So this product, it's called Immune Boost. And it's very inexpensive. So, Donna, if you ever get pleurisy again, you let me know, because it'd be better to build the immune system than to deal with the symptom. Hope that made sense. Okay, what else? Oh, back to the flu thing in Moultrie. I want to get back to there. Do you have a remedy for brown spots? Absolutely. I'll come back to that one. Do you mind getting me that neem? Hi, Heidi. Joint pain. Oh, that's good. Y'all remind me now, because you know that pops up there and then goes away. Okay. I want to address the flu. Okay. If you're a regular client of mine, then you need to be taking the influenza drops. But they're prescriptions, so they're in my office, so you have to, thank you. You have to have a Vanna. I'm going to start calling you Vanna. I think I should turn that she's now taking her influenza drops. When you're around the public, you need to take the influenza drops, okay? All right, and Donna's now talking to Tammy. I love it. Okay. I love it when my friends meet and talk. I love it. Okay, so this is going to sound weird. The homeopathic influenza is my favorite choice, okay? That's my favorite choice because it's inexpensive, it has no side effects, so that's my favorite choice to prevent the flu. But the other thing, and this one sounds so crazy, hydrogen peroxide in the ears, 10 minutes in each ear. Doesn't matter if you have an earache. Some people think it has something to do with an earache. It doesn't. It has nothing to do with an earache. It's just that, we all think about bacterias and pathogens entering through our nose or our mouth. We don't think about our ears. But we need to make sure that we're doing the hydrogen peroxide. It's cheap. Everybody in the family needs to do it for 10 minutes, okay? Donna says, hi, Tammy. I love it. And y'all would be friends, just for the record, okay? Okay, brown spots. There's a couple of different kinds of brown spots, and you've all seen me. If y'all were there the first time I was live on Facebook, I'm going, what is that? And that, okay, so there's lots of things that can cause brown spots. Mostly, brown spots can be liver spots, okay? Now, people think that mostly brown spots are caused from sun, and that's true. And I could have both of those, and Donna, you know this better than anybody. I mean, I baked in the sun, drank like a fish, and did everything you could possibly do. So the only reason I don't have bad skin is because I know what to do, okay? All right. I snitched 2 products off of the display at the show in Orlando a year ago. And Victoria, she was standing in the hallway. Now, I didn't really snitch it. I told them I took it. But it was at the end of the show, too, and I knew they didn't need it. But I worked for Nutraceutical, okay? So I knew that once the show was over, they didn't need those products. Donna, it's my daddy's fault. Absolutely. Well, hey, Robin, glad you're with us. We keep getting sidetracked. Imagine that. So I took 2 bottles off the display, and then he's over there talking to someone, and I'm like, do you want me to tell you what I took? And he goes, I don't care. And I go, well, let me at least tell you. He goes, I don't care. Okay, 2 weeks later, I'm sitting in my office. Victoria stands in the hallway, and she's talking to me about something. In the middle of a sentence, she goes, what did you do to your face? I go, it's those 2 products I snitched off of the display. She was with me at Soho. So it must have been 2 years ago. In any event, yeah, it was 2 years ago. One of the products was this Fade Cream, okay? It says Fade Cream. It says Fade Cream. It's not cheap. I mean, it's not expensive for what it does, but it's $25. There's another product by Derma E. I like that one too. But this is the one that I used, and I was just messing with this product, barely even using it, and I saw a tremendous difference. Okay, so I really like this product. $25, a little bit pricey. But I guess Fade creams that are not all natural are a whole lot more money than that. So that's not so bad. Okay, what was that? Oh, Heidi wanted to know about joint pain. There's lots of approaches. We have an herbal approach. We have a product called Joint. We have all kind of products that are for joint pain. But I think, again, my favorite one might be a Newton Pro called Arthritic Joint Care. Now, there's another product in the store that's over the counter called Rheumatic Pain Drops, and that you can buy over the counter. Hey, Marilyn, glad you're with us. The Arthritic Joint Care, I'm reading the ingredients between Rheumatic Pain Drops and Arthritic Joint Care, and I call somebody at Newton, and I sure hope they don't see this video because I don't want to get anybody in trouble. But I call and I go, it looks like it's exactly the same. They go, no, the Pro one is so much stronger, so you can use less. It's stronger and it's more effective. And I go, but it's the same formula. She goes, no, it's the equestrian line. I'm like, are you telling me that I am giving my clients a horse product? She said, pretty much. Okay, so when I told you, Heidi, to take that Arthritic Joint Care, it's what they use for lame horses. Okay. Now, you need to take it very specifically, and in case you've forgotten how to take it, 2 sprays every 15 minutes until you get relief, up to 4 times. And as soon as you get relief, stop. Don't use it again until you need to. First time I used the Rheumatic Pain Drops, it actually took all 4 times. The second time I used it, it took 2 times. The third time I used it, which was many weeks in between, many, many weeks, and this is when I was 100 pounds heavier, and I was in pain most of the time. Donna, you must be mortified, even you, Tammy, about me gaining that much weight. But in any event, I did, but now it's gone, and I'm grateful. But during that time of me hurting all the time, I'm telling you, I don't know what I would have done without that product. Will it make me whiny? Was that skinny? Oh, why? Donna, you ain't right. Now, see, I'm in the doctor mode, so I'm being anal, so I'm taking you literally. Were you watching the day that the lady went on this whole conversation? I tell her I'm at the beach, and she says, well, how do you feel about salt therapy? And this was a couple of minutes later. I got it, Donna. A couple of minutes later, and I start talking to her about Robin, and I go into the salt baths, the going in all those different infrared saunas, and about how I really think that there might be something to this. And she writes back, I did mean the ocean breeze. I don't want to get anal, okay? So y'all correct me when I do. Okay. No, but I can tell you, Donna, that product really works. And it's very inexpensive, like $18 or something. Okay. Next. All right, y'all. You know what they say? They say at Rotary, if you don't keep me talking, I'm going to talk about your prostate. Where are our guys? Okay. Next question. All right. All right, so have we said enough about the flu? The influenza drops? Also, you need, Donna, I need the brown spot product. Baby, I've told you numerous times, if you will just call the store, especially if you talk to Alicia, then that'll happen, no big deal. And she's now curtsying and holding her hand under her chin. Okay, seriously. All right, so about the flu. The elderberry, Sambucus, that was researched by a virologist out of Israel. And if you took that every day, you couldn't get the flu, okay? But they kept going up on the price, so I kind of don't like that approach as much as I like the Newton homeopathic, okay? But if you hear anybody's got the flu around you, then you do the peroxide in the ears. And I was telling the story that I actually had an earache and a sore throat. All of a sudden, just wham, out of nowhere. And so I did the peroxide in my ears and did the influenza drops, and that was the end of the story. So I never got sick, so I'm very grateful. Very, very grateful. Okay? All right. Allergies. We're having a whole lot of allergies. Robin, are y'all having allergies in Texas? The allergies here have been really bad. Everybody's car's bright yellow, and yet David and I have not been sick. Okay. I don't want to park here, and Heidi's probably saying, yes, she does. I don't want to park here, but I do want to bring up the fact that I think the reason David and I have not been sick is because we don't eat sugar. Nobody wants me to talk about their drug of choice, but eating sugar, which also means carbohydrates, which also means a lot of like pastas and breads, and even if they're whole grains, even if they're, you know, all these different kinds of sugar like fruit, when you overload your body with sugar and you send it on tilt, as soon as you send it on tilt, you're going to get sick because you've trashed your immune system for 18 hours. So I think that the best way to avoid the flu is to stop sugar. Heidi was so funny. Heidi, you were funny. You were funny. I couldn't believe you were walking down the hall catching me yelling at that man. But, I mean, you would think after he lost a toe that would have been enough, but no, he lost a leg. Okay. If you get allergies, which everyone around here has allergies, then the kids' allergy drops are the best. I'm telling you, for years, I liked the grass pollen. But in Thomasville, sometimes it would be mold and yeast and dust. And so it was kind of making me a little bit crazy. Pollen, hay fever, grass pollen, hay fever, mold, yeast and dust, all this stuff. And all along we had a children's formula on the shelf that did all that. What'd you say, Heidi? You yell at a lot of us. Only those I really care about. I just had a real heart for that man. I just like, what's it gonna take? I loved you walking by, Heidi. I loved it. And actually, he did weigh the exact amount you did when you started. But I just had to say those words to him, and it hurt, okay? But I don't yell at everybody. Sometimes people, I just kind of let it go because I know it's useless. That man, he said, I'm ready for a change. Sounds like you, Heidi? I will eventually remind him about the magnets. Donna, if you've not gone on my website, it's charleneparish.com. charleneparish.com. Looks like I'm trying to sell a diet book. Go up at the top and read those tabs and push that one and push the tab about the biomag. I think you'll see some testimonies. Robin, Heidi, I meant to ask permission if we can put your testimony on. Oh, Alicia's putting up 2 thumbs. Yay! Okay. I want Robin to put that on our website. Oh, she's already sent it to her too. Alicia's the best. And no, y'all can't have her. So don't be offering her a job with real money. Okay? All right. Kids' allergy drops. All along we had the kids' allergy drops. Now they are over the counter. In case you're watching, Dia, I found the best health food store in Dallas. I no longer have to take all my stuff to Dallas because I found Dia at the natural food store, Richardson, Texas. And Dia would have everything you need. Okay? I was most impressed, and she was so precious. But the kids' allergy drops, Dia, are my favorite. Okay. Before we went off the air Alicia, we should set an alarm so I know when it's time to go off so we don't just stop in the middle of a sentence. 5 minutes. Okay. Right before we went off the air last week, Camille was asking a question about pH, and I think it's really, 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 really important to keep your pH balanced. Now, there's a lot of, I think what Camille was asking, her name's not really Camille, it's Camille. I think what Camille was asking is she was asking what are some of the symptoms of having your pH out of balance, and of course reflux would be the one that everyone thinks of. But the truth of the matter is that there's all kind of research that shows you can't even have cancer if your pH is balanced. Okay? So I say instead of buying all the expensive products that balance your pH, I say you should be taking a good probiotic anyway. So why not take a probiotic and let it balance your pH? That makes sense to me. My favorite probiotic these days, and Donna, don't you go out there and buy it. You either, Tammy. y'all let us send it. But it's called Bluebonnet Single Dose. And the reason I like that one the best is because it's the only one on, first of all, I love Bluebonnet. I love those guys, and it's not just because they're cute, and they are, and it's not because they're funny, and they are. It's because they're godly, and you can trust what's in the bottle, okay? And it's glass bottles. But nevertheless, their single dose probiotic is the only one on the market that is DNA verified, meaning that they know exactly where it came from. And let me tell you why that matters. For instance, I have been overweight since the day I was born. I mean, Robin made me some beautiful ballet slippers many years ago. I bet it was 20 years ago. But I bet you I was at least 20 before I figured out I wasn't going to be tall and skinny. I did intend on being blonde when I turned 50. David said he married a redhead. I think I said 40 because I thought 40 was old. But then I changed it to 50 because I thought 50 was old. David said he married a redhead, and I'm not going blonde. But the truth of the matter is, Donna, when I came back from St. Thomas and I had blonde streaks all throughout my hairdresser in Atlanta tried to put highlights in my hair, and I looked like the waitress at the truck stop. I mean, it was terrible. I did have red hair as a child, so the whole blonde streaks in my hair happened literally from the sun. But in any event, I read a statistic that was amazing to me, that when a child, an embryo, is low in bifidus, then you can count on the fact the child would be overweight. So I was wondering, if we fixed our pH, would we fix our weight? Just saying. It's very curious to me. It's very, very curious. So I think it's super important that you trust the people that you get your probiotic from. And I trust the guys in Bluebonnet. So now, not only is it the only one DNA verified, and we know where each one of those strains of bacteria came from, but it is also $12. So it's super strong, 10 billion, and it's one a day. I take two. I take one in the morning, one at night. But it's $12, okay? So in my opinion, that's the best thing to balance your pH. Now, Camilla, you're not on because I know you'd be asking me questions if you were, but you will see this after the fact, so I want to make sure that you hear what I'm saying, because I'm sure I had you on a different one, and I'm sure I had you on a higher dose. But that's the one that I think is the best one now. And then also, and I want to get this in real quick because this came in after we went off the air last time too, high blood pressure. There are so many things out there for high blood pressure, but I stick with what I have said for years and years and years. It's Michael's blood pressure factors. There's no comparison to anybody else's. Michael's blood pressure factors. And if you correct all those mineral deficiencies, you shouldn't have to even stay on that. Okay? So it's kind of like peeling the onion. Okay. I guess our time is over. Thank you, guys. It was wonderful visiting with you. And I really, really care about you. And I'm sorry, Heidi, that converts to yelling at you for sugar. But Heidi's our new poster child. God bless you all. Bye-bye.